looks very beautiful.
You haven't been there yet.
No, but just from what I can see on the outside, very interested to get inside, see how it goes. So let's get out, let's go.
Hello and welcome again to Iran Travel Guide.
Great, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Here we are in the just outside the city of Persepolis.
Yes, today we are going to the city of Persepolis, as you call it, and as we call it, Takht Jamshid.
Takht Jamshid.
And
very
we're
good.
so lucky today to have Mr. Qasemi with us. He's an expert from Iran
Cultural
Heritage, Handicraft and Tourism Organization. He can help me through all this adventure because he's very curious. He asks a lot of questions and my information, my knowledge is not enough for his curiosity.
Yeah. So hopefully he can fill in some of the details for us and for you at home and take us around the city and see what mysteries it's got to uncover for us.
Exactly. So let's go.
Let's go.
Join us. So we are back, just walking the stairs, going toward the gate, the main gate of Persepolis, which is called the Gate of All Nations. Darvaze Milal. And maybe you can give us some information for me and for my curious husband about this place.
باید دقت بکنیم که اینجا ارگ حکومتی پادشاهان هخامنشی هستش، اما بعد از کوروش کبیر.
So this is basically the royal castle of the Achaemenid after Cyrus the Great. It is very important to know that this place is not built at the time of the Cyrus the Great. It is built by Darius, and it was used after that. It was the royal capital of Achaemenid after that. And it was for just the king and the king family, the royal family, living here, staying here, having their celebrations and festivals, nothing more than that.
So as we're looking at here, we see the walls this way and the guardians for this palace sitting here and here. Can you tell me a little bit more about what these were and what they represented?
این دو مجسمه‌ای که شما اینجا می‌بینید ما نمونه‌های دیگرش رو در بابل قدیم هم داشتیم، اما هنر مجسمه سازی در اینجا خصوصیات مخصوص به خودش داره. در دوران هخامنشی گاو به عنوان یک حیوان بسیار قدرتمند محسوب می‌شد. بنابراین اگر
So as you said, these two are two guardians, and there are two big bulls with the head of human. And you can find these sort of statues in the Babylonian time. But because of this, in this time, in Achaemenid time, they had their own characteristic. In Iran in that time, there were symbol of power. Bulls were symbol of powers. And the reason that they're so big and so high, it's because this was the main gate, so all the guests, all the people had to come and enter from this way, and to enter.
It would impress them.
Exactly, it would impress them, show the power, show the greatness of the emperor.
تصویر این دو مجسمه رو از این سمت خیلی راحت‌تر میتونیم ببینیم. الان صورت‌های انسانی اینها باقی مونده. یک فردی هستش که با ابهت تقریبا میشه گفت که در چهره خودش هیچ گونه ریاکشنی نداره، هیچ گونه احساسی نداره و قدرتش رو در تمام هیکل این گاو میتونیم ببینیم، مشاهده کنیم.
So you can see the picture of the face of this bulls from this angle much better because they're still survived good position, in good situation. And you can see the picture, the face of these bulls are very emotionless faces to show just the power.
Serious,
yeah, exactly. Very, very serious.
Very much.
But still, like the position that the bull is standing shows the power, shows just
And
the
the bulls,
strength.
they have wings as well.
Yes,
up
exactly.
here.
They have the
So
wings.
they're flying cows.
So each part of this bulls are gotten from like different animals to
Okay.
show the power. You see the body is the body of bulls to show the strength and the power. The wings are the wings of eagles. And the head, of course, is the head of
a
man, which like this face belongs to a wise Achaemenian old man
with a beard.
with a beard, yeah.
نه صرفاً پیرمرد، به خاطر اینکه نوع آرایش ریش و موهاش نشون دهنده سطح بالای اجتماعی این فرده، یعنی حتما از رده فرماندهان بوده.
So it doesn't certainly mean that it was old, but the style of the beard, the style of the face, and the hat shows that this person belongs to a very high level of the royal, yeah.
Sure,
And there are inscriptions like on top of the walls in different languages of
Three
the
different languages,
yeah,
I think.
yeah, which like whoever from which country or which emperor or kingdom would come here, they could find one which they could understand and read and understand, get the news of the emperor of the time. A very interesting point is that all the rocks and stones which these statues are built from are not from the stones of the rocks of the mountains in this area. They have brought from like 35 kilometers away from Majdabad. They have like mines, stone mines over there. And like in that time, 35 kilometers is not
exactly. You had no
easy,
no
yeah.
vehicles,
And this
no...
big, massive stones have brought all the way from there to here.
Do we know how they were brought? Were they rolled on logs or?
احتمال میدن که یک نهری کنده شده و توی این سنگ‌ها رو روی کرجی‌های مخصوصی گذاشتن که بتونن از اونجا به اینجا منتقل بشن.
نهری که توش آب بوده یعنی.
بله.
So there is possibility that they have like made a river, small river, and with the water and with this like a small boats which have put a raft on the water. They could float exactly.
البته اون نهر هم به صورت مصنوعی درست شده.
It was made for this one, that like small river. Let's go.
So we've been talking about the accommodation on offer here. We know that for tourists, accommodation is one of the most important things.
Yes,
What sort of things do we have on offer in Iran?
Depends where you want to go and what you want to do. But there are different variety of accommodation, like the place here you can see.
Now, these cottages are lovely. I mean, they're just sort of tucked away in the woods.
It very much depends on where you want to go and what you want to do. But first, let's hi to the camera. Hello, welcome back to Iran Travel Guide. We are here today with you with another show of Iran Travel Guide. Me and Stu, my husband, were talking about accommodation in Iran. He's very kind of curious about knowing how many varieties of accommodation are available in Iran.
Yeah, I mean, we're here, we can see there's various hotels in some of the different areas we visited, ranging from budget ones to very expensive 5-star locations with good food and all the things you'd expect from such a hotel.
Yes, and I was telling him that it very much depends on where you want to go and what you want to do. For example, Like if you want to go to woods and jungles, you can find huts or cottages or even suites.
Like the ones we're
like the ones you can see in the backgrounds. Or if you go to the mountains, you can find houses in the mountains. There are hotels, of course, everywhere, 5-star hotels for people with a higher budget.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
But also, if you want to experience something a bit different, there are lots of like local people in each city you go.
So like
who give their houses for rent.
A homestay.
Yeah,
a homestay. Stay with them, you eat local foods, that sort of thing?
Yeah, that's very common. Like you pay a very low money for the rent of the renting of those places, and you get a very different experience of life.
But a much more local experience, one where you get to experience the culture, what it's like to have a taste of Iranian life.
Yeah, for me, wherever I travel, like wherever we've been so far in all our trips, the most important thing, of course, was the accommodation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to know where you want to stay. So for me also, it's very important to stay with locals. I go to a culture, I go to a country to see their culture, to see their lifestyle. And the best way is to live with them.
No, absolutely. Meeting locals is always the best way. And we found already that Iranians have been very, very friendly, always talking to us on the streets. When they see that I'm a foreigner, absolutely.
Iranian love foreigners, that's true.
And all the people we've met as well, they've said that Iranians have been very welcoming and always interested in what they're doing, why they're here. So it's a very welcoming environment, and there is that range of accommodation to match.
Yes, that's true. So yeah, as I was saying, so you can get different types of accommodation here. Depends on your choice, depends what you want, depends what you want to experience. So don't really be worried about the accommodation here. There are a variety of them available here for you. Any other questions, sir?
No, that seems to have covered it really.
Can we move on?
Go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So come with us and let's see.
Thank you. Nice view.
Yeah, very nice. Hello and welcome back to Iran Travel Guide. We're here overlooking the Caspian Sea up on the mountains with the green city of Ramsar, which is a hotel complex up on the mountain and down to the sea.
Yes, so this is an example of the accommodation that we just were talking about it before. So this complex offers different variety of accommodation here to the guests.
And what sort of things do they have? Tell me more about it.
They have, depends on what you want to experience, but they have cottages in the wood, like the one you can see in the background.
Absolutely.
They have suites, they have an apartments and different variety of accommodation.
What about for like the high spenders, VIP type things?
Oh yeah, there is VIP. So if you want to spend a bit more, so you can experience the VIP cottage suites, of course.
Great, and all of this has this great view down over the sea.
It does.
It's the early morning now, and we're seeing the sun came up a couple of hours ago, but just this lovely early morning mist rolling off the sea. It's very nice up here. What sort of facilities have you got for enjoying this sort of view?
For me, the most important facilities that this place has to offer is the peace and the silence here. It's wonderful.
It's true.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I want to experience. But if you're looking for something more, you can have the restaurants, cafes, different things for entertainment. For example, there's a fairground, there's a karting, there is the cable car, of course, that you can get the cable car, go down to the sea, enjoy at the beach, come up again to the wood,
and be back in your peace and quiet and enjoy.
Yeah, and you can walk in the woods also in the morning. That's beautiful, beautiful.
Bird watching, spotting the animals, enjoying the silence, the nature. Very nice. So there's lots of different types of accommodation, as we can see, and some of the suites are named after, what is it?
Flowers are named after flowers from different countries, so that is how they design the suites.
So each one has a different style,
yes,
technique of design.
Yes, it does.
Okay, great. Well, let's go have a look around and see more of what this lovely place has to offer.
Be with us.
Hello and welcome back to Iran Travel Guide. We are here in this absolutely stunning mountain valley, which is behind us here is where the Alvars skiing resort is.
The mountains you can see in the back are called Savalon, or as the local calls them, are Savalon Mountains. And the skiing resort is the second standard skiing in the country.
Yes, so the mountains here have all sorts of different peaks in them, but in this basin behind us is where the best snow comes. And not only does really good snow come for skiing, it also comes for a very long skiing period. It's now the beginning of summer and the skiing season is just ending, but last month you could even have skied here in the middle of May.
And it's kind of unbelievable because just like 20 minutes ago before we start driving toward here, it was hot, it was warm, and now I am freezing because it's really cold and it's windy. He's got his jacket,
Yeah,
I don't.
You didn't bring your clothes?
Yeah. I didn't expect it.
No, it's wonderful up here. The air is fresh, the water is clean, there's a river running down here, and the meltwater from the snow comes down into the plain, which is why it's such good agricultural land, why there's such good crops come from this region.
The road from the Sarin city toward the skiing resort is also gorgeous because it's covered by local people who have their tents, living there and selling honey or herbs from the mountains.
Yes, there are even nomadic people who spend their summers up here and the winters down south in the desert. We see even in this environment here, which is rocky, hilly, with grass, trees and snow, we've met camels on the road coming up here. Things you'd normally expect to see only in a desert, which shows just how hardy these animals are and just how far they've come.
And up there in the skiing resort, there are different facilities. One of them is telecabin or cable car and telesiege or chair table. So you can get the telecabin, go up in the mountains skiing and come down. And down there, there are restaurants, cafes, or whatever you need.
Yeah, so there's facilities all year round, and it's easy to get to from Sarain. It's maybe a half hour's drive, so you can enjoy the hot springs there as well as the skiing. You can go grass skiing on the farther side in the summer. So really, all year round, there's different attractions you can come here to enjoy.
And on the way from hot spring to the skiing resort, you can stop and pick some mountain herbs from the area, because this area is covered by herbs.
Yes, there's heather, there's wild dandelions, there's nettles, all of these things around here. And the locals, of course, know the best ways to find the elusive ones, the herbs you can get here and nowhere else.
So stay with us, we're gonna take you to have a look around this wonderful place, and I'm gonna pick some mountain herbs.
Great, let's go.
Let's go. So yes, now we are here up just before the skiing resort. What you can see here, this area is the skiing resort when it's snowing. Of course, it's a skiing resort for the beginners. If you're more professional, you can get the telesiege and go up. And up there is a professional skiing resort. It's really cold here and it's windy, the sound, the light.
No, it's beautiful up here, but it's you can just imagine how amazingly different it would be in winter.
In winter, yeah.
Covered in feet of snow.
It's up to more than 3 meters of snow will be down there, so here will be probably more.
More than that, yeah.
Oh, there's some people on it.
Yeah, coming back down.
That's very interesting. I don't want to try it right now.
Do you know?
No, it's pretty cold here. So yeah, this is Alvar's skiing resort, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Be with us with Iran Travel Guide. This is our plan to take you to different parts of the country and show you different places where you might get surprises.
Yeah, the natural beauty, the cultural wonders, as well as all the other attractions that a tourist might want to hear and see.
So stay tuned for the next episode. We will have still a lot more to surprise you.
Yeah. Let's go and get some tea, right?
Yeah, we have to get some shelter because it's really cold here. Bye-bye and see you again.
See you next time.